What?
Is technically 6 blocks may be possible.
That was Dream, and if you know anything about Minecraft or Minecraft YouTube, you most likely know who he is. He's a very famous Minecraft YouTuber, one of the fastest growing Minecraft YouTubers on the platform, and he holds several world records for speedruns. But today, we're not going to be testing any of those. You see, the other day I opened up my very own lab, Image Industries, where I'm going to be testing plenty of Minecraft things, and this is our first ever experiment. Today we're going to be seeing if Dream's theory of 6-block jumps is actually possible. Can I do it? No, absolutely not. So even if it does come out, yes, it is possible, I'm not going to be able to show you because I'm trash at parkour. But we will see if the best possible player can make the hardest possible jump. Thank you for watching. And before we wrap this up right here, be sure to like and subscribe. This video took who knows how long to edit, and it's just a really pain in the butt to make such long videos with such complex editing. Now, let's get into the physics of the 6-block jump. Okay, so before we get into the real nitty-gritty of this video, there are probably a few things I should mention. First of all, the YouTuber The Chief Guy, he has his own YouTube channel, and he also made a video about trying to see if Dream's 6-block jump was actually real, so you can go check him out. Chief, if you wish me to do any other contributions to your video, I will happily. Second of all, there are actually two different ways of measuring the length of a jump in Minecraft. First of which is to count all of the air blocks between the starting platform and the ending platform, so where you jump and where you land. The second way is to also count the landing platform as a block. I will just be counting the air blocks, but to those of you who count the other way, we will be doing a 7-block jump instead of a 6-block jump, to those of you who do it that way. But now we're going to go ahead and take a clip from Chief's video to see how exactly we can, to see what evidence he gives us that this is actually possible.
Is to allow the player to run past the edge of the floor to give them extra time to jump. This is huge because this means that our 6-block gap that we need to jump is actually less than we think. And if we go into Minecraft's F3 screen and slow down the footage, you can see that we are able to gain an additional 530 thousandths of a block before we fall off the platform, which brings our 6-block gap down to 5.47 blocks. This is great. Now we know the minimum distance.
Thank you for that, Chief. Although, he does forget one detail: the extra bit of the block on the other side. You see, there's not that extra bit that gives you more time to jump just when you're jumping, but all of the time. We've all seen a Bed Wars video, right? When they're speed bridging, and for a split second you can see them kind of hovering on air. That's because the block texture doesn't fully fit the hitbox of the block. And so we need to subtract another 0.53 from that equation, making the actual jump we're doing 4.94. So at first this seems to be more possible. It's like, oh, so we know you can do 4-block and we know you can do a 5-block, so surely if a 6-block is just 5.9 or 4.94, you can easily do it. Well, that's not necessarily true, because this occurs to everything. So you would have to subtract the same amount from a 1-block jump, or a 2-block jump, or a 3-block jump. you would subtract it from all, meaning the total distance doesn't really go down. It's just an equation to help us when we do more math later on. Because now we know the total distance of it. And we just need to figure out how far the player can jump and how fast we fall. And then we can put it all together to get our final answer. So now I know how fast a player falls in Minecraft, and it really depends on how high up they are. So we know the actual jump we are making is 4.94 blocks, correct? And the total speed when falling is 46.5 BPS, or blocks per second. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh my gosh, Colin, this is way too much. There's no way you fall that fast. And you're right and wrong. You see, this calculation was made as if we were falling from 250 blocks up, or 256 blocks up. But for a 1 block jump, it's not the same. Because once again, in Minecraft, the speed you fall at depends on how high you're falling from. So if it was a 1 block jump, it would be 1.5 blocks per second, if that makes sense. So now we know how fast we fall. Now we need to figure out how fast we can gain momentum and how we can use it to actually clear this jump. I have another YouTuber coming up. I forget his name, but all of the YouTubers I use in this video will be linked in the description. He's going to help me explain some ways you can gain momentum.
Jumping up onto blocks, tapping the spacebar the very moment you land, as compared to flat momentum only, because you spend more time in the air and less time jumping. Jumping gives you instant acceleration, which is why head hitters, where you're jumping very frequently, give you such a big boost of speed. The more you jump, the more speed boost. Conversely, spending time in the air decreases your speed. Elevation momentum gets you to jump more often and gets you more of that speed boost while also losing less speed due to spending less time in the air. Why don't I think Dream knows? But it doesn't work this way. You get diminishing returns with how much momentum you build up, and this is mathematically known as convergence in geometric series. If you've also learned about limits in calculus, this is how momentum works. It approaches a limit. In other words, you basically stop getting any more momentum, any more of the extra boost of speed after you've already built up a certain amount of. Different researchers from the parkour community have told me that you stop getting meaningful momentum than you already had before after anywhere between 6 and 11 sprint jumps.
Thank you for that, Happy Heart. Now that we know the basics of momentum, we can understand that we need elevation momentum to clear this jump. And that means that we need all of the blocks to give us more elevation, like Happy Heart explained. And with this, we can make a few equations to see if this will suffice for enough momentum to clear the jump. Because as Happy Heart said, there's only so much momentum we can gain. And as those researchers told him, it's between 6 and 11 blocks. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, here it comes, the big reveal. Can you make a 6-block jump in Minecraft without any assistance from any other blocks? Not even head hitters, not command blocks, not nothing. Well, I guess you could use command blocks to teleport you into the right place, but we'll be counting that. Now, the big reveal is yes and no. You see, you can, but all of the attributes have to be exactly perfect. You can't be a pixel off from facing the right direction. And as Happy Heart explained, you stop gaining more momentum from sprint jumping at 6 to 11 blocks. So if you stop perfectly at 11 blocks, the moment you've cleared 11 blocks, and you have the perfect reaction time to click the second you leave the final little pixel of the last block that you're jumping on, and if you have enough speed, yes, you can clear a 6-block jump. Is it possible? 100%. Can anyone really do it? Most likely not. So theoretically, yes, it is possible. And all the physics comply, all the sciences say that yes, you can do it. Just someone needs to actually try. But that wraps it up for today's video. Once again, this took so long to edit. You have no idea, guys. So please like and subscribe. And why don't you go down to the comments down below and tell me what you want to see next. As long as it's supporting, you can comment it. Thank you. Bye.